So back in the day, there is like you can see, a trail that goes all the way around. My son's been all the way around it. We're going to slowly start revamping that, and then as soon as they're safe, right now, if they did it, people could hurt themselves.
Yeah.
Whether they're allowed to or not. So first of all, we're going to make it safe.
So first thing, so if you know, you record. So this is
cliff right over here that they jump off of.
So you can see, I don't know if you can see this down here, but there's this path that is old, beat up, but then you can get through the fence, and then kids come and jump off the rock cliff, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
College age, but they got to make sure there's only one or two ways in and out.
Okay, yeah.
Or out.
Yeah.
So it's dangerous if you don't know what you're doing.
So it's important. So now you look at the risk factor here. What do you look at risk? Do you look at that as a risk, I guess, is the question.
Oh, yeah. And JT looks like there's a huge risk. Yep. That needs to be rectified immediately.
I don't know if you can see the fence down there.
That wasn't like that last time I was here. Until we make it safe, we got to keep it fenced up.
But one of the things he just mentioned was creating a walkway around this quarry, right? This whole quarry, and I don't know if you can see how far back that goes. It's big. How big, do you know exactly? 6 acres?
Was this thing 4 acres?
6?
How big is it?
I think it's 6 acres. 6 acre lake. No, I'm pretty sure 6 for sure. We're 6 acres, okay? Look at that, 6 acres. But think about that, creating some sort of a walkway or something along there, shit. Yeah. It's awesome.
With the great fishing.
Yes.
That is, how can you get an amenity like that?
It's a very rare amenity, man. That's, yeah, for real, huh? So, cool little things, man. All right, one of the questions, in fact, I would say it's probably the question that all of you tied into. Geez, now I'm starting to get Ryan brain over here.
Well, the value add opportunities, man, right? That's the big thing.
There we go. So value add opportunities. So we saw a 138 unit property out here. We saw a 150 unit property out here. The 138 we just closed on. The 150 we're just about to finish due diligence on. Then we saw another 46 unit property and then a 99 unit property. Those are the ones that the 46 we put under contract. Well, actually, both of those should be under 46. Which one?
We just got the 46.
46 under contract today. The 99 should be.
As we're teaching this, we got it done.
Yep, for sure. Which is, I mean.
Oh, 3. That's 3 on that one.
Did you get Rona? Did you sanitize?
I have Rona. Yeah, I sanitized.
He ain't even wearing his mask. Shit.
Yeah, I need to put the mask on.
So value adds. Give them. So talk about the plan on 46 unit property. Okay, that is so many people would look at this. Jeez, look at this property, 46 units, and it's too small, right? But dude, it's not too small. Like when you look deeper, it's what do we always say? It's not what you look at that matters. It's what you see, right? So as you're going
That's
through.
I keep telling the girls.
Stop
right?
it. Jeez. So when you're going through, it's getting creative and looking at those things. So tell them about the 46 Windridge.
So this is what's great as an underwriter when I look at numbers. So many people look at value add. How do we make the deal work? And so many people pass up on 46 units. But one of the reasons we're doing the 46 unit is whenever we go in and we buy a property, we have 2 other properties there. The 150 unit that we're closing on here soon, and then we have 99 unit that we're potentially putting under contract as well. Hopefully that should be in the next day or two. So a lot of times, when we're looking at bigger units like that, we'll look for smaller deals around those. For example, that's how we came across the 46 unit deal. Think about it. A lot of these smaller deals are mom and pop places. Yep. They get, Tyler talks about scarcity mindset. They're so scared at raising the rents that they keep them lower. On this 46 unit, it is the average, and this is crazy. It's actually only 45 units. They've been taking one of the units and using it as a lease office, which is crazy. I mean, they're losing out on rent.
On a property that small, yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy. I mean, I just don't understand why you'd have a leasing office. And so what we're going to do is we're going to run it with the 99 unit and the 150 unit. What's that do value add wise? I mean, it lowers the payroll. Yep. Right. It lowers general admin costs. Right. It lowers all these different costs that we can run together. Right. That's a huge value add. If you don't think it is, we can run over that sometime. But the other thing is this: each one of those units on average are about $753 is the average rent price right now. And so what we're going to do is they just rented out one right now for $900. They were so geeked about this, super excited about it. I mean, this thing is straight out of the 80s. The appliances, 80s and 90s. I mean, it's eggshell yellow. I mean, the range on top there is yellow. I mean, the sockets are yellow. I mean, this is how old these things are, right? And so they just got excited for renting it out of $900. Now we can make a killer on this deal, just raising everything to $900. But this is what Tyler talking about CMAs all the time, right? The competitive market analysis, is going in there and seeing that we can raise these to $1,100, $1,200, knowing that some of these other places that we're getting, we're going to run them at that as well. These are 2-bedroom, 2.5 baths. We're going to be able to get $1,100, to $1,200. Think about the appliances. What did Greg tell us earlier? How much does the appliances cost us?
About $1,000 or so.
About $1,000. So think about that. By raising that up, we're going to be able to raise it $350 to $400.
Can I point on that too? Here's why it costs that. So this is where it's getting creative. You see a 46 unit, you're like, it's not big enough to justify really on-site management. I don't know, I'm out. But it is finding ways to get the deal done. So to this point, when we have more properties in the area, we can start buying things in bulk. That doesn't mean we need to store this stuff, right? Stoves, refrigerators. We don't have to store that, right? But because they know that we're buying typically 50 to 100 plus, now we get bulk pricing. So, okay, we have a 46 unit, but we also now find a 99 unit that we can pair them together. We have another 150 down the road, but like they're literally, these properties are like a mile away tops, right? So it's the same street even. So now we have these two properties we can pair together that give us more purchase power when we're rehabbing the interiors. These guys are getting 900, not doing anything. We're gonna come in and we're gonna do stuff because once again, it's god awful in there, and we have the budgets to be able to come in and do that. The property's already cash flowing. It's already cash flowing. Get the numbers day one, good,
yeah.
you know? So sorry, I interjected, but that's why we're able to have such purchasing power, right?
Yeah, that's awesome. You know, I look at it in this. Even if we raise it 900, I'm already accounting for, some capital improvement already, right? Of it improving in turns and, fixing up the units. Now we're putting in new appliances. I mean, these tenants are going to be pumped. I mean, think about it. Yellow appliances. I mean, this thing is hideous. It's like going to your grandmother's house at 80, 90 years old.
Don't talk about my grandmother's house.
I've seen your grandma. She's good looking. So anyway, her appliances are good looking.
Oh my.
Anyway.
I don't know. You know what? We're talking about this afterward. My grandma's off limits.
Yeah, I am single, so, but...
Bring it back into value adds.
So no, but it's, 350 to 450, we'll be able to bump this. I mean, that going from 900 to 1200, I mean, just by adding it, we recoup that money in 2.5, 3 months. It's crazy that, when you think of sellers like this, that's why it's so important to go when you find like a 100-unit deal or other deals around, to look for other deals around that you can run together. The mom and pop shop sometimes, have some of the best values. And we were talking to the guy, in there, is just the son of the seller. And, we limit the conversations that we have because we don't want them to know what we're going to do. Mm-hmm. But it's like, man, why don't you just put a little bit of money? And so many people, that's what they don't do. What's the number? This is for me as an underwriter. One of the biggest problems people don't account for is capital improvement.
They're undercapitalized for sure.
But we build in capital improvement. I added 200,000 extra into this because I know what we can do and how fast we'll recoup it. And this is going to be a grand slam. We just sold a deal after owning it for a couple of years. Investors made 137% return on their money. And it was, very, very, very similar to this deal here. And it was a smaller deal.
It was a 40 unit. Yeah. So the value adds, right? So it's rents are certainly, a value add opportunity, but you look at, far past that too, right? So you look at occupancy, certainly, you look at demand in the area, to make sure we're truly being conservative with those kind of things. You look at expenses. Dude, this property right here was running at a 70% expense ratio, 70%. Why? Payroll costs, utilities. It's an all bills paid property, and all bills paid properties in the South will freaking kill you. So we look for those kind of things. That's not a negative to us. That is a value add opportunity for sure, that we come in and we make the tenants start to pay. Now, what's interesting is talking to the leasing agent. Let me tell you why they didn't convert it to having the tenants pay, because they didn't believe that tenants would pay for their rent and utilities. They thought that they would lose tenants. Fear and scarcity. And anytime you make decisions based on that, you're gonna limit your potential. How do I know that they're gonna do that? First off, history, okay? History has proven to us on all of our other assets that people are willing to pay for their utilities if you offer them amenities like nice appliances, nice countertops, nice lighting, right? Nice flooring, a pool, right? Tennis court, those kind of things, amenities.
Pickleball.
Yeah, they have them at pickleball. They have the money to do it, and they're willing to do it as long as you offer the amenities. But are we gonna do that? It's not even a question, because we already know that these other properties have waiting lists. These other properties, they pay utilities. This property has lower rents and they cover the utilities. It's just like, those are the types of stories that we're looking for, right? So those types of value adds, lowering the expenses. Another one was payroll. I can't remember if I mentioned that. They have two on-site,
crazy,
managers essentially. Sorry, in-office managers, leasing officers. You only need one. We have certainly a couple maintenance people that we like to have around, but on-site right now, one. You just need one. That's it. So that lowers expenses. Just bringing the expenses down, on this property in particular, huge value adds.
Well, I'll tell you this too, is we take care of our employees, right? Yeah. I mean, I think one of the things is and sorry for interjecting, but
no, you go.
It is, in fact, we just talked to one of our properties right now and told them, listen, we want to pay you bonuses. I mean, their face was like, what the heck, you're going to pay me bonuses? So many people think because they have an employee that they just work for what you pay them, right? If you incentivize them, of coming up with different ideas like, other income. Yeah. What does that other income do? They're sitting there thinking, oh man, other income. I'm sitting here thinking, man, if I can bump that NOI up, man, totally. Right away they start thinking, well, we can charge for washers and dryers. We can charge for more pest control. We can charge for, so now we're
that's
not
another thing.
Thinking, yeah.
So that's another value add opportunity, by the way. So this goes off topic with what you just said. So were you done there?
No, it goes into what they're asking.
This is value add opportunity. So that's another one. So this property had, they have all a washer and dryer in every unit has a washer and dryer, but they weren't charging a premium for that. We will charge a premium for that, anywhere from $20 to $40. So let's meet in the middle, right? And let's say, so we're looking through here, we see that missed opportunity. Okay, that's 30. Let's meet in the middle, say $30. and we were talking about the numbers, I can't remember, but
Almost 50 grand a year.
50 grand a year to the NOI, to the bottom line, right? Just by something that they already have, that we find a way that, you know, an operator who doesn't necessarily know how to maximize that. And listen, that is not nickel and diming. That is, that's something that, once again, an amenity that these other competitors don't have. Dude, we should charge for that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, those are there for a reason. So Rivercrest. So as the other example there, Rivercrest value adds.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, obviously, you know, like Tyler said, it's rents, they're below market rents. That's just one thing. But they don't have any. They're not charging for pest control. They're not charging for any rubs right now. Those are all upgrade things. Here's the thing: we're making private. We just talked about this. We didn't even think about this before. We're making private fences in this interior area where the pools are at, so they can store their stuff and other people can't see it. So we'll put fences around in their backyard. You know, that we'll be able to charge a premium for that. So that gets me excited. I can go put those in the numbers now too, and that's something in the first year.
Dude, another one with this one. There's this beautiful Quarry Lake behind us. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's this beautiful Quarry Lake that's right on the property. This, you know, we own, this one is the one we just closed on, but we own this one. And what we'll do is we'll trim those up. So we'll trim up these trees, and then 6 of these buildings, right?
Yeah, 6 buildings, yeah.
6 of the buildings border this Quarry Lake. Well, just trimming up some of these trees here, trimming up some of the trees, not cutting them down, but trimming them so that they have a view. That's now a premium view. Premium view means premium rents. That's an amenity that you don't find very often, right? But it's also something to think outside the box, something that is going to set you apart, something that can add value not just to the, you know, our bottom line, but to them. One thing that you stress, that Ryan stresses, and this is we've been rambling on this one for a while, but is making sure that you're always remembering that these are people, these are families that live here. This is their quality of life, you know. One of them, and improving that is extremely important, their quality of life, their living environment, you know. One of the properties we looked at, the 99 Creek, is a great example of that. Like, there are so many little things around that property that just, if you care about tenants, you take care of those things. And here's the crazy thing. If you care about tenants, like for one of them, they have this area that there's a water leak, right? So this whole lawn, these people's lawn is flooded. If you care about tenants, you don't let that happen. But let me show you how that cycles down. You care about tenants, you fix that. That lowers your expenses because you have a leak. When you do that, now this lawn isn't flooded. They have kids, they want to go play, they can't even play in the lawn because it's flooded. But you fix it, it lowers the expenses. When you lower the expenses, it increases the bottom line. When you increase your bottom line, not only are your tenants happy because you provide a better product, but your investors are happy because you're getting good returns. And then guess what? We're pretty happy too.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
Ryan, I saw him do a backflip one time.
Not lately.
I've never seen him do a backflip. I've never seen him do
I can't even jump.
flipping burgers pretty decent.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll tell you this, though. Tyler, you guys know he likes to take pictures, man. He told us this earlier. His wife loves to do family pictures and whatnot, right? But, like, you know, you're telling me earlier about taking family pictures, man. I mean, it's all about the community, you know? We've got a little gazebo over here. When we fix this area up, man, we can take family pictures of, you said, of the tenants here, man. You know, a lot of these people can't get family pictures, man, or they don't do it, you know? So that's a service we can provide for them.
I didn't think about that. That's a great point.
No, you were talking about that earlier, you know, because your wife is always taking pictures. Melissa does, too, right? I mean, for hell's sake, it's a Devereaux thing.
We're freaking handsome people and beautiful people. Okay, hopefully that helps. But the key, to wrap this all up, is to look at things from a different lens, right? Look at it, be creative. So many times we're worried about making a decision, but the key is to make a decision. The market's never going to be perfect. The property's never going to be perfect, but it's not what you look at that matters, it's what you see. And when you make a decision that you're going to do this, and you go in to buy a property, and you start focusing on making a decision that you're going to do it, you want to know what you see everywhere? Opportunities everywhere. Opportunities to decrease expenses, increase the rents, increase the value of the property. You see opportunities, all right? The market and things, you know, will inevitably, you know, change the course, right? The plan is something's always going to happen, right? Always, meaning that things don't go as planned. But it's our job to continually think outside the box, think creatively to find solutions to get things done so that the destination is always a bitchin' destination.
I'll tell you this, and I'll end with this, is, you know, this deal we almost passed on, because if you just look at the numbers, right, you can pass up on just grand slams, I mean, just home run opportunities. Tyler would have kicked me if we passed up on this one, man. Looking at the initial underwriting really quick, it was a quick no for me, right? Yep. And, you know, Tyler's like, dig deeper, look. You know, he has to remind me of that sometimes. I'll tell you, you know, I passed up on an opportunity because I looked at the numbers, and guess what? Someone bought it, man, and they got a home run. If you look at just the numbers and don't take the time to look at it a little bit more, you can pass up on some gold mines. Things that will change your life.
And why do you pass up on that? A lot of times it's fear and uncertainty, right?
Complacency.
Yeah,
Come,
that
I
happens
can't
too.
even talk anymore. I'm so damn cold.
I'm freezing. I'm trying to pretend like I'm not cold. I am freezing right now. So I'm out, okay? But think bigger. Hope that helps y'all. This is amenity number 2, which is the tennis courts. So there's no walkway into it. Ryan's been up here having some beverages, okay? We're gonna prop this up at the tree. We're gonna throw that in the trash later. There's no walkway up into this. It's completely unusable. And we have Tamron right next door. So Greg, will you remind me what amenities Tamron has?
Last I was over there, they had a couple of tennis courts that were both being used at that time because everyone's, limited to what they can do nowadays.
Yeah.
Basketball as well, and a very nice pool. If people are enjoying those amenities, obviously we should be up to par as well.
So JT, give them an idea of like how, because we brainstorm back and forth with property management on what, amenities to offer the tenants. So how do you determine that typically?
So typically we drive the market, see what's in the market when we do our CMA. With everything they have next door, we have the opportunity to kind of create something similar to that here. Obviously it sounds like they have 2 tennis courts, but we can take 1 tennis court and make it into, 3, 4 different amenities. So there's great stuff out called like sports court type material where you come out here, you can put a soccer goal, basketball goal combo. So there's one amenity. Flip it to the other side into a smaller tennis court, pickleball court, something to that effect. Or, say we drove this property and there were no other amenities like this around, but there's dogs everywhere, right? Nice, clean, flat surface. You can convert this into a partial dog park as well. So tons and tons of options, even with just this small space.
So the key is you don't just come in willy-nilly and just decide tennis court, basketball court, pickleball. You do research, right? You figure out what is needed within the market, how we can compete, how we can position ourselves differently. Do you ever poll tenants or anything?
Oh, absolutely. So if we're undecided when we take over an asset of what we want to put in there, we'll send out a survey. Hey, we're the new management company. We're looking to do X, Y, and Z. Here are a couple options. Vote for your favorite amenity or write in something if you have another idea too. So we always like to poll the tenants if we're undecided going in or know there's going to be a lag time from takeover to when we actually start revitalizing the amenities.
I love it. So if we were to come in, and I don't know if you have pulled an estimate or if you have any idea. Let's say that we were to put pickleball courts in, so resurface probably, pickleball courts, basketball court. Do we have an estimate of what that would cost?
I mean, you could really go as big or as small as you want to. I think to do it right and at least get something decent in there, you'd probably talking between 20 and 30,000 to completely revitalize that and put a couple cool things in there. But you could obviously go super extravagant, up to 6 figures if you wanted to, and really deck it out.
There we go.
But I think 20,
really nice
30,000.
ones where you got posters and banners
Exactly.
of Messi and LeBron and everything like that. I mean, really make it pop.
I love it. So you get bids, right? You get an idea. Here's the plan. You reach out to some contractors, get some bids, put it in the plan, right? But this is this is a missed opportunity here, right? To be able to realize higher rent gains. Those are the only 2 amenities that they have, man. So we fix up the pool, we fix this thing up next to a property that is just freaking going gangbusters on their position freaking great. I'm pumped about this property, man.